All right, we're back, and not to suck too much dick, but because of you guys. Appreciate the support on the previous video. Lots of comments. Replied to most of them. If there was a question at least, I tend to reply. If it's a random compliment or something, maybe I would give it a miss. But yeah, thanks for that. And without further ado, let's look at some hands. This is me entering the second time of an unknown number. There may be another time, there may be not. On the topic of spoilers, I'm going to try and keep all the videos somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. So, maybe I'm moving on and there'll be a second part of the video. This was just the first hand, so I threw it in. I opened aces and folded to a pot bet. Tagged the guy as a fish, and he limped in the next hand. So great tag. Punish him with aces. Why not? But yeah, I'll try not to spoil. So when you hear a comment from me, feel free to try and read into it, but I'm reasonably aware of what I may be implying, and there will be the occasional level thrown in for balancing purposes. So yes, the goal here is not to spoil the viewer. I also hate spoilers. I also don't really like this flop with aces. I'm not really sure why I showed this hand. I guess I'm just lining up this fish. Because now that we know for sure this guy's a fish, I guess this hand becomes a bit more interesting. He's going to limp call me. Jack 10-7 rainbow, we got BDFD. Do you want to bet? Do you want to check against such a player? Well, if I check back, my hand's quite vulnerable. Fish don't tend to be overly aggressive, like with air. I mean, most fish don't, and I didn't have a reason to think this guy would be. And if I bet and find a queen or an ace, I can certainly bluff with this hand. Or I can find a board pairing 10 and take my showdown. He decides not to bluff with this, which is pretty telling of what kind of fish he's going to be. He's a pretty passive whale. Like, that's an easy bluff. So yeah, good to have a man like him on the table, playing almost 90 VPIP. I joined the party with pretty shit hand, but whatever. I edit my tag to illustrate that he's a 90 VPIP fish, not a 60. Great note-taking. Flop top set like a boss. Random limping man pots it. Our customer calls. And yeah, whatever, just pump it up. I'm not sure, do I pot it? I think I just pot it because it's whatever. Like, these two whales, they don't notice the difference between anything. And I'm not really bluffing much here. Sure, if I had like a dream combo, I might. Yeah, also this session I was sitting some cash on the other monitor, which created some pretty shitty like sound from other tables and stuff sometimes. So I'm sorry about that. As I get a little bit more refined with this process, I think I can, I'll improve what I'm doing. I don't mind just one tabling for the content. It's kind of fun. I even streamed one today. I played like $100 buy-in tourney just for no real reason. I felt like doing it and it was running. And that was also pretty interesting. Maybe I'll make a little story with that too. But yeah, here we are on the river. We've got top set. We've got a 5-3 blocker if we need it. I decided to run a bit of a scam here with this running hot emoji. Like trying to quote unquote convince him that I have it, But as a level, I don't know. I just threw it in. Like sometimes you give a whale an excuse to call. They call more. The hand he actually had, I mean, I never would have expected him to fold such a hand. So, probably pointless. But yeah, run the occasional emoji scam in a whale spot. I consider a button limp here. I actually do go ahead and do it. Limping DSAA. And I gotta be honest, guys, I don't have a fucking clue if that's any good. Let's just find out right now. Let's go look at MTT with ante, pot and limp. From, oops, family pot. How often do we want to limp? We want to limp 10%. And are we limping nutter DSAA? I mean, 1% of AA is limping. It's not looking like my combo's in there. I mean, the EV difference might not be that much. It's a 0.4 EV difference. But I guess on the button specifically, we're not really limping the DSAA. Only 7% of DSAA, and it tends to be double pocket pair. I mean, 7-6, my hand, it was kind of close. Anyway, we went for the limp, trying to get a little limp raise going. I'm reasonably inexperienced with these no-rake anti-ranges, you know, and they do play limps in all of the front positions. Quite tricky, and I guess I always liked testing things out on the job, you know? So I want to practice limping in with some strong hands too. Because a lot of regs will just end up limping only shit hands, you know? Quite standard. Anyway, I call my check raise here, double backdoor flush draw. Keep in mind, he's got a big blind check back range here. So when this turn comes and I don't have a full house blocker, like it's kind of disgusting, right? It doesn't feel too good, right? You're not sitting here thinking, yes, this is amazing. I've got a flush draw and aces. It's like, this might be a 2-outer pretty often, you know? But I decide, fuck you. You're a shit reg from the cash games. I'm not folding to you. And the river completes my flush. If he pots it, I'm definitely folding, you know? If he does any large bet, I'm probably gone. But he ends up checking, so I don't really see the value in betting. I wouldn't be absolutely shocked if he played pocket fives this way and didn't bet river, thinking it might not have too much value. And he's got an interesting hand. He's got queen jack and a pocket pair with a BDFD. He value bets the turn for quite a large sizing. I don't mind his play overall. I don't really know what he's trying to get called by though. You can't put me on that much limping AA button, you know? Anyway, the next one is also pretty fucking interesting. Yeah, this dude opens up and he's going to go ahead and just make the classic fish snap c-bet and 4-way pot on random board. And I'm the reg, you know? I'm here to just say, fuck you. You can't c-bet this board, you dumb fucking whale. So I decided to bump him with my top set blocker and my OE with BDFD. And this guy cold calls. So fuck you. Hopefully I hit my open-ender. And over to the guy who snaps c-bets. What do you think he's going to do? You can hear the time extension of me on a cash game table in the background. But yeah, he re-raises min. Like, fuck off. And then I'm sitting here thinking to myself, well, I guess that people do only c-bet the nuts. But the timing of the c-bet just felt like he's a retarded whale c-betting like random too many hands. And I don't hate my hand for a bluff raise. Like, if you have to pick one, you're definitely going to have an 8. Maybe it's better to have 8-7-7 instead of like wasting an open-ender like that. But whatever. I was feeling it. I was winning pots. Trying to be the table captain. Let's see what this guy does. Rams at home. Snap all in. Why not? Bottom set with a BDFD against middle set with a BDFD. So I gotta say, like, pretty dog shit play from deuces. Like, he's beat their, you know, a decent amount. I don't know, but I mean, whatever. These pillow tournaments are an absolute gold mine. So it's not shocking somebody goes broke with a 5% hand. I guess it's an 8% hand because he's got BDFD. Anyway, another limped pot for the boys. Yep. Hurry up, mate. It's your turn to act. Limp in. Big blind punishes. We've got a pretty good hand to limp call. Chinaman, limp call. The man with the bronze medal chip stack, limp call. Flops a set like a boss. And it's a board we can certainly donk here. Like, our completing range definitely has a lot of broadways, and I wasn't really sure what I was feeling. I think I might have RNG'd this donk. Anyway, I go for it with bottom set. Bottom set, a pretty nice hand to be donking. Lots of bad turns, lots of good hands to get value from. Pretty beautiful turn here. Gives us an OE just for the times we're possibly wrong. And I'm thinking about sizings. I mean, just potting the turn, it feels disgusting for some of my bluffs, and it's a rainbow board. So I decide to size down a little bit and leave like a 85% pot bet for the river. He snap calls, and the river's just aids. And so I'm sitting here tanking. I'm thinking, can we block bet this? Can we do this? Can we do that? I really don't want to induce a jam by block betting. I got a little bit paranoid. And honestly, I'm not sure if we can block bet this or not. In any event, I checked, just praying that he's a weak player who's definitely checking back with like queen jack or jack 10 on the river. And he ends up checking back with ace, ace, jack. So he had 2 different gut shots on the turn with his 3 and ace jack. And does not bluff river. So he gets like a bitch reg tag, basically. Or not reg, but bitch player tag. With that weak no bluff. And then, yeah, we pump up the action in the next hand. Same Chinaman limping in again. We flop a pretty good one on a board we seldom bet, so I seldom bet it. I think it checks through. Might just skip to the turn. Yeah, checks through. And it's like kind of interesting whether we can bet the turn or not. Like obviously some hands in our range start betting the turn now. I wasn't too sure about this one. Decided to push check it. And we get a customer. He would like to bet, I don't know, like 80% pot. Anyway, we obviously call. Heads up to river, you know, it's a pretty good card. Are we going to call him down here? Would you call him down? I would probably call him down, to be honest. I'm a fucking station though. But yeah, random Chinaman trying to win his first pot here. Can he get it done? Checks back. He does not win. So he just randomly stabs the turn with dry bottom pair. I give him a few emoji just so like maybe next time he throws a bet out there, you know? Anyway, wake up with aces against this guy. This guy was that dude from earlier. I can't remember what the pot was, but oh yeah, he had that set of sixes. He cold called our flop raise and ended up stacking that guy with the bottom set. Anyway, he calls a 3-bet here. I RNG for a c-bet, like I definitely wouldn't always c-bet here. RNG'd, rolled high, felt like, all right, I guess I'll c-bet, call a raise, play from there. And yeah, then he raised me. And I started thinking to myself, like, man, you know what? I just don't really see this guy bluffing. He just feels like a classic passive fish. I might actually just muck here. So I still don't hate the c-bet for denial purposes, although I could have just checked back and hit the river and potentially stacked him. But yeah, I don't hate the c-bet for denial purposes in that hand. But I don't know, I just got convinced. You know, sometimes you just feel it. It's poker, man. You're a human. I felt it and I mucked. Here, Jinzo limps. Same dude punishes, and we flop a pretty good one here. I mean, very donkable. I consider it. And oh, I actually do take the donk. Oh, nice. I think this hand donks extremely well. I don't think this hand check raises well. That's the problem with the hand. I think it donks extremely well. Check raises pretty poorly. So I end up donking. He calls. We turn 2-pair. I decide to take the bluff catch line now because like I do block the nuts. And if he starts betting the turn and the river, like blocking the nuts is amazing. And certainly a good bluff catcher with top and bottom. And yeah, anyway, the river rolls off. Some of the low stuff gets there. We have a really interesting hand here. I decide I'm going to bet third pot. And if he raises me, I may jam over the top, you know, because he might river 5-7, raise, and I can re-rip. But that doesn't happen this time. He actually just slots me off with ace, 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 8, blocking almost nothing. So thanks, bro. Guess that's the other benefit of that line is people just station you off very wide. Yes, this is a good flop, in case you didn't know. I have the nuts. I decided to just pure bet with the nizzles here instead of rolling any checks because if a dude, like this guy's unknown, random chip leader, like he's obviously running good so far, if he's flopping triplets, you know, he's feeling it. I don't think he's going to push it up too hard. And now, like, honestly, I think I should be rolling for 3-bets. Like, I know that you have to 3-bet the flop a bit and stuff. But I decide, no, fuck this. I want this guy to punt bluff. I want this guy to have the safe turn. I don't want him to potentially fold a 4 here. So I'm just going to take the bitch line and flat instead of ever 3-betting. I wouldn't have 3-betted that often, but the reason I'm listing this is normally I would RNG for it. This time I felt like, nah, fuck it. I just want to take the bitch line. Hopefully win some more chips if he's bluffing. Hopefully he makes a full house instead of potentially being able to fold a 4 on the turn or river. Anyway, we bet, which on this flush completing river, knowing he probably isn't going to fold a 4 if he's drawing it a full house. And now we're just praying he has 4-5 and not randomly played quads or whatever. Anyway, we stick it down his throat. And we get the good news, he does have 4-5. So yeah, if we did 3-bet the flop, like you could see a hand like that from that player, you know, he could certainly fold. Either on the flop or call one for the turn or so. So I'm not sure if our decision was amazing, not to RNG for the flop 3-bet, but I think it was probably okay. Can't be too bad. Here I'm searching for an emoji here. I guess like I often, oh no, that's right. This guy was timing out on the button, yeah. And I was trying to not be too rude. I was thinking about giving him the hurry up, but I gave him just the hello. He responds in kind. A flop top pair, some overs and NFD. He gives it good luck in advance. So kind of implying that he's going all in. There's a little bit of a collusion emoji, but it's very friendly. Everybody's just wishing everybody luck here. He pots it in. This guy's going to flat call. And yeah, would you ram over the top? Oh no, he actually min raises. Oh, this is so sick. I hit him with the cooler emojis. Oh, it's a cold deck. It's a cold deck out there, boys, and ram it home. Please fold. Please fold. Although all we've really done here is give George the vet better odds on his all-in. But yeah, the guy does min raise fold. So probably a punt from him, trying to get me out of the pot, but instead just donating more money to old George and me. Somehow we win this coin toss. And we're looking pretty golden here, 230 BB. George the vet goes down with a little joke or compliment, not too sure, but hello and goodbye, either way. And then we celebrate, I think this is actually the next hand, with a limp. King 10, 8, 7, pretty good hand, low suit. Covering all enemies for bounties. And look at this guy to our left here. We covered this motherfucker. Look at his bounty, bro. 375 pennies. Very nice. We go ahead and flop a wrap against him with some okay high end on the wrap. And you can hear again random other tables being played. I think I lost like 8K playing cash while I played this this tournament, if I recall correctly. So yeah, it wasn't my favorite session. I'm just playing like a 500 to 2K stakes. Anyway, we turn a straight here. I actually don't remember what I do. I guess I might have RNG'd that. I checked it. I do have a king in my hand, which is interesting. Not sure if I like the check overall, but whatever. I'm probably playing a few other tables. You know, you're going to make mistakes when you play. If you're playing a few tables and shit. And I find a block bet on the river, and you guys will never guess what villain has. I'm even going to pause it. If somebody writes down what he has before he reveals it, I'll be extremely impressed. I won't offer a prize because obviously people will just try and pull a scam on me, but you're never going to fucking guess anyway. He's got top set for value. I mean, welcome to the game. Unfortunately, in this game, people usually have straights on a 4-straight board when they're betting and calling raises. But hey, man, if I somehow bet called worse, I would have felt owned, so keep it up. Now, we've got a nice little spot here. Not like the best spot you've ever seen, but calling a min raise from the button when we cover him, we've got his bounty. He's just a spewing whale from Morocco. I go ahead and make a play I'm not too sure about here, though. I do lead the flop, and I have a kind of disgusting SPR with the big blind. So I like leading this board in general. I'm not sure if I want to lead. Put it this way, I'm just not sure what I'm supposed to do now. I like leading, considering the button, like playing SPR 5 with him. I'm very happy leading this hand. But basically, after I get raised, I just decide, well, unfortunately, I'm too ahead of any straight draw hands that raise me, and I do block him having top 2 and top set and stuff. So screw it, I'll just get it in. Now that I've already committed that many chips, I don't think call, and there's no turn I could fold, you know? But I do run into a set of jacks, which is bad news, unless, of course, we can hit the river, which we can't. So yeah, would have been nice to have like 250 BB, but it's okay. We got 135. Had a chance at a bounty. Speaking of chance at a bounty, this guy rams one in from UTG, so 2.9 BB for a bounty here. We're going to be playing very, very wide. This guy does not 3-bet Alan Maniac? I don't know what the fuck his name's supposed to be. Anyway, we take this hand and basically make a bluff 3-bet to deny equity from the big blind. But let's just say he plays his rush. He's going to cold for us, which is sad. I don't think we can do anything except fold, but then he turns over random garbage, which doesn't feel good. Random garbage is what he turns over there. And I mean, we would have doubled him up. He would have hit a 9, but I don't really know how to feel, so I throw an egg at him. Well played, I guess. I didn't think he was that kind of fish. It's all right. Maybe we'll win this bounty. Little $100 blind v blind. 15 BB left into a 6.6 pot. We have bottom pair. It's not a great hand. But yeah. What would you do? I just wish him well and snap it in. It feels to me unfoldable, like just too much of a coin flip spot. And with his bounty, I feel like it's just pushing us over the edge. Bottom pair for us versus a draw. Bottom pair somehow holding strong. Appreciated. Heading back towards 100 BB with an extra bounty now. So yeah, my stack's becoming worth more, which means, you know, people that cover me should fold less. Will this come into play or not? We'll find out soon. But not this hand. This hand, we're just going to punish 2 limps and flop something truly amazing. So amazing, in fact, I decided to roll for a slow play here. And I think it came up low on the RNG. I did check. He snap potted, so I just thought, okay, whatever, snap jam. You're never folding then. And he's got a set. He's got ace, king, 10, 10 rainbow for a limp call. So I don't really like that. I'd rather see a raise fold or whatever. But yeah, he's going to win the coin toss here. Dropping us down to 67.5 BB. So I'm feeling a little bit sad here at the moment. Stuck a bunch of the cash tables as well. I don't think I played this hand. I'm not sure why. I guess I just forgot to edit that out. Whatever. Let's not pay too much attention to that. This hand, I think I also probably should have just edited out. But whatever. This is the kind of hand that you limp, at least. That's the kind of hand that I've been limping. Covering the big blind to fish. Would probably limp fold to the button. Doesn't go down that way. Instead, yeah, we limp. We flop a pair, we bet, and we fold to a turn donk, not blocking much. So, I mean, wasn't really too interesting of a hand. Excuse me. This one is pretty good, though. We have a nice one here. Pussfish. I tag this man as Pussfish. It's probably a good tag. I don't know how necessary it was, whether it was just a little emotional support for me during that session. But yes, he receives a nice tag there. Yeah, I'm not sure if I pure trapped this or if I rolled for the trap. I actually don't recall. I don't really mind either decision. They're both fine to me. I think this is an extremely obvious turn trap, though. I wouldn't roll here, so I do check this. Praying my opponent bets. If he bets something like half or whatever, I honestly might not raise. I might have gone for a trap again, but because he just slams his stack into the pot, I find it hard for people to ever bet fold such a drawy board. Even though I block draws and stuff, it just didn't really matter. I think it's just too much of a commitment line. I would be tilting if he found a bet fold here. Like say he just had a random 6s or 9s hand. But yeah, he's got a combo draw. And he hits. So yeah. Nice music, at least, for our troubles. A couple of bounties to help us not quite break even. And we hit the showers again. So yeah, we do continue the tournament. It does go on. I have enjoyed making the last video and this video, and the idea of making more of these videos does seem fun to me, so I shall continue. Feel free not to comment. I did appreciate all the comments, but you don't have to do it. Once was good enough. If you've enjoyed the video, hey, sweet. I'll make another one. See you later.